Hi guys, so Gareth Taylor here. Got a 5 PM on bar on everything within this. It will be loaded to the media portal afterwards, as always. Got any questions in the meantime, just drop me a text, but we're limited to about 15-20 minutes with Gareth, and then we'll bring Sam in as well. We'll kick off with the broadcast section. With broadcast section, you can keep to 2 questions each, and then with the written section, 1, and if we've got any time at the end, we'll go back again. But yeah, if we can start with broadcast, start raising your hands as always, that'd be perfect. Dom, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, cheers, Emma. Hi, Gareth. How's it going?
Hi, Dom. You okay?
Good, thank you. I'm good, thank you. Just wanted to get your reaction quickly to this afternoon's England squad. I know Steph Horton's not involved in it, but 11 Manchester City players. I know a couple are out online, but that's quite a turnout for the England side. How does that make you feel as manager?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great, and it's recognition of the players we have, not only at this club, but obviously on loan at other clubs as well. But yeah, it's something that's happened, pretty much for the whole of my brief period as women's teams coach. So there's no kind of major surprises, but obviously we're really proud of having that amount of players representing England.
And just looking ahead to tomorrow, how confident are you that your team can pull off an upset and come back in this Champions League tie?
Well, I think we proved that we can score goals this season. We're right up there in goals scored. I think we're the first team in the league to 50 goals. So we are more than capable. We created a lot of chances against Barcelona. We've given ourselves an uphill task. But, in terms of me being confident enough to say that we can achieve it, yeah. Is it going to be difficult? Of course, but for sure, we'll be going for it.
Cheers, Gareth. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Dom. Emma Payton from Sky, please.
Hey, Gareth. How's it going?
Hi, Emma. Good, thanks. You?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good to see you. I mean, you touched on it there. Obviously, you did have a number of chances last week. It was just about converting them. And this Barcelona side, of course, they're a very good side. They haven't conceded many goals either. How do you go about checking that? Make sure you convert those chances? Because I mean, I've had a lot of time on the training pitch, I imagine, this week as well, with that Reading game in the middle.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, sometimes when you've already played a team in that second leg, it allows you to not have to do too much on the training pitches. We're kind of understanding of what they look like in possession, out of possession. But yeah, like you say, I think it's just focusing on the positives. I think when we looked at the stats outside of it being a 3-0 game, the stats suggested that it was close in terms of chances, close in terms of expected goals. And that gives us perspective. We're not daft. We know that the game's played in both boxes, and we need to make sure we don't give anything away, and we need to make sure we take our chances. And that's going to have to be key tomorrow night. I think we're fairly calm in so much as if we don't score early on in the first 25 minutes, there's still an opportunity. I think an early goal would be nice, but I think the longer the game goes on and we're still in touch, this team has proved that they can score goals in quick succession. Like I said previously, I think we need a lot of elements to go our way tomorrow night, but we'll be trying our best, and we're definitely going to be going for it.
And I just wanted to get your reaction on the news that Sergio Aguero is leaving the club at the end of the season. Obviously, you're someone who's played for Manchester City. I think you rejoined the club when he initially signed in 2011. You're obviously someone who's worked with a number of young athletes, male and female, and probably no doubt been inspired by him. What's your reaction to that news and the legacy, I suppose, that he leaves at Manchester City?
Yeah, I mean, a huge personality and a huge ambassador for the club. He's been incredible for not only the Premier League, but for Manchester City as well. Been very successful, scored a number of goals, been a huge fan's favourite. My youngest son, who's now 18, when Sergio first came on the scene, he was like his favourite player. It was Kun Aguero this, Kun Aguero that. He was besotted with him. And to do what he's done and maintain the levels that he has done throughout, kind of 3 or 4 different managers has been amazing. But, we've seen that you can't go on forever, unfortunately. And, the club always remains, but players move. And we've had some amazing ambassadors for this club over the last few years. And Sergio is definitely one of those.
Thanks, Gareth, and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emma. Right, guys, move on to the written section now. Can we kick off with Amy Rushkai, please, from goal?
Hi, Gareth. Hope you're well.
Hey.
I just wanted to ask a little bit about team news. Obviously, Steph Houghton not in the England squad today. Demi Stokes went off at the weekend, but is in the England squad. Can you give us a little bit of an update on those two, please?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Steph, I think I mentioned post Reading that it's probably going to be a couple of weeks. So that obviously rules her out of the England camp, unfortunately. But, you know, at least we've got a bit of a kind of time scale where we might be able to get her back on pitch. With Demi, yeah, it's just ongoing, that one. We're just waiting to hear the report on the scan just to see what that looks like for her. But again, she won't feature in tomorrow's squad, unfortunately. So, yeah, but outside of that, pretty much everyone has checked in okay.
And just watching the Barcelona game at the weekend, Sevilla defended quite well in the first half. They had quite a big chance. They could have gone in 1-0 at half time. Was there anything from that game and the way they approached that game that might even help you when you take on the second leg?
I think our approach will be similar to what we always look at in most of our games. But obviously, we need to be tighter in not giving away opportunities. And I think that's at times where we need to be a bit more patient on the ball rather than risking it so much. And then outside of that, yeah, I mean, Seville ended up losing the game 4-0. So it just goes to show you that you don't take your chances. Eventually, this team, they've proved pretty much this season, scoring, I think it's over 100 goals now. You know, that's an incredible amount of goals to score. But there's certainly areas that give us confidence that we can exploit. And we'll certainly be looking to do that tomorrow.
Thanks, Gareth. Good luck.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Amy. Tom Gary, please.
Hi, Gareth. Nice to speak to you. Barcelona's men were in this same situation mathematically in a men's semi-final a couple of years ago as Liverpool, and Liverpool obviously overturned that one. Is that something you can take inspiration from? That although it's rare, that this can be done.
Well, I was at that game in Barcelona when they went 3-0 up. So it's a fair point. Of course, this is not the first time that scoreline is achievable, but we know that we've got to be really tight on everything that we do, and if not, we're going to make it even more of a struggle. So we need things to kind of go our way. We understand that, and I think, like I say, we're going to be giving it our very best, being on the front foot from the start of the game, from minute one, and taking the game as much as we possibly can to Barcelona.
You've spoken about how the fact that your team have shown they can score goals all season as being one reason for your understandable confidence in that, and I appreciate that. But is one of the concerns that Barcelona don't concede? I mean, I think, unless I'm mistaken, they've actually gone 12 games in a row in all competitions without letting in a single goal, and you're going to need at least 3. How are you going to get past their defence?
Well, I think we got past it. I think you saw in the first game we did. If we weren't creating chances, then obviously we need to look at finding another way, or really take our hat off to say these are incredible defensively. But I think there's areas that we can definitely exploit, and we exploited them in the first game. It was just a question of taking our chances. I mean, that game, you know, could have been a real high-scoring game. So that's it. Like I said previously, the game never changes. It's about taking the opportunities in front of goal and keeping them out the other end. And we've been fairly defensively solid in a lot of games this season. And like I say, tomorrow needs to go well for us.
Wish you all the best, Gareth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Can we offer Enric, please?
He might not have heard you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got it?
hi, Enric.
Hi, nice to talk with you again.
You too.
I think that maybe in this match, it's even more important how resolve the actions in both boxes, because really that you need to score 3 goals, but even more important to control the attack from Barcelona, and how you can practice, how you can try to resolve in your favorite situations? Because in all games, Barcelona score almost 1 goal. How you can try to improve these situations?
Yeah, to tighten up, to really make sure that we don't give them opportunities. I think the first goal was a second phase from a free kick. We were defending a free kick. The ball gets knocked to the edge of the box. It's a situation that we should have dealt better with. The penalty comes about. The second goal was a penalty, which we given away possession over on the right side when we force a pass. And the third goal was a bit of a second phase attack as well. So, I think it's important to make sure that we eliminate those errors as much as we possibly can, because like you say, they're a team that scores goals similar to us and doesn't concede. So we understand the difficulties we face within that. But I suppose going back to what we looked at with the stats after the first game, it came down to they took their chances and we didn't take ours. That game could have been easily, if we'd have got the penalty and scored our penalty, they scored theirs. We'd have got it back to 2-1. I'm pretty confident we would have got another chance, got some momentum, and maybe 2-2, 3-3, who knows? But like you said, the game's played in both boxes. You have to take your opportunities. And we need to make sure we do that tomorrow. But I don't think we can necessarily play too cautious. We have to attack, and we have to be controlling the counter-attacks as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Henrik. Thank you. Can we go for Glenn Moore, please, from our newspaper?
No, hi, Gareth.
Hi, Glenn.
I was just thinking, the reference obviously earlier to the Barcelona-Liverpool game, and obviously there's also Barcelona-PSG a few years ago. The women's competition being less publicised for most of its time and only now beginning to get a bit of prominence. There isn't that sort of that history and heritage behind it in terms of those great comebacks, those great memories that we've got. The men's competition, is this a chance to maybe establish one of those early ones, one of those sort of matches that people would talk about in years to come? Because off the top of my head, I can't think of many of them in the women's competition in the past. Yeah,
I'd have to agree with you. Let's change that. Let's change that. If we've not seen it previously, let's try our very best to be the ones that do buck the trend. We're in a situation now where it's kind of the chips are having to go all in, and we're gonna go for it. I don't want the players to come off afterwards thinking that we were a little bit cautious. We're in a situation now where we have to be brave, like we always are. So let's hopefully be the ones that buck that trend.
And one of the things you obviously have got going for you is the 2 or 3 Americans in your side, depending who plays. They're renowned for their belief that they never beaten. Is that something you can draw upon?
Yeah, of course. But I think those players, I agree with you. But I think the whole squad as well, I think, has a real desire and determination to do well. It's the game was difficult last week when we were 2-0 down, and then obviously 3-0. They're difficult games to play in, especially when you've got a decent period of the game left. Our goal for us would have changed the kind of the outlook completely. And again, if we can score first tomorrow, I think it changes things.
Thanks for the time, Gareth. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. Right, guys, we'll give us one question each, as we've got Sam waiting in the wings, and we want to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity. So we'll go for Barcelona, please.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Babatunde Jura from Nigeria. Assistant Ushola opened the scoring for Barcelona in the first leg. And you mentioned how she scored the goal. It was as a result of a free kick that came to her. And so far, she scored 4 goals in her last 5 games for Barcelona in all competition. Are you seeing her as a threat to your team having any chance to qualify? Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's a dangerous player. It's a good player. It's a player, that scored goals. But they have a number of dangerous players, as do we. So I think that's what you want to see in a Champions League quarterfinal. The best players playing to the best of their ability. So it's not that we're focused on one player. We're focused on Barcelona as a team in terms of their threats and areas that we can kind of exploit.
Thank you, Babatunde. Ryan Gregory, please.
Hey, Gareth.
Hi, Ryan.
I just wanted to get your thoughts. There's been a lot made over the season about the standard of refereeing in the women's game. Seen people like Stephanie Frappart referee big competitions, and we've learned today that Rebecca Welch will be refereeing in the EFL. She'll be the first female official to do so. I just wanted to get your thoughts, whether that shows that the standard of refereeing is gradually improving in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see. I think it should be something that's really normalised now, and shouldn't be kind of have to be celebrated so much. I think it should be normal, regardless of the gender. It's the best person for the job. So, in terms of the standard of refereeing, I think there's obviously still quite a bit of education to be had on it across the board. There's been quite a few changes in the men's game, obviously with VAR and goal line technology and as to such. So, to give the women's game the best possible opportunity of growing within that, I think it needs to be very similar in the way we operate. Similar kind of opportunities for everyone to have real clarity on the decisions and why they're made. But yeah, I think it's a great step, good step forward. Like I say, I think it's something that should be fairly normal anyway.
Awesome. Cheers, Gareth.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan. Can we go for Mark on first, please?
Hi, Gareth. One quick question. Obviously, for the first leg, you didn't have Houghton, and then you subbed out Esme Morgan for Demi Stokes. Demi, you won't have again on this second leg. And in the right side of the attack for Barcelona, there's Caroline Graham Hansen, which is a bit of a doubt, is her status for the game. But what do you have to do to control maybe that right side of the attack for Barcelona and the left side of your defense, which may be a little bit of in when you get into
Nice music. Is that yours, Mark? Well, wait. Who knows who it is? No? Okay. It's not us, I promise. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, I think, of course, Hansen is a very good player. Esme Morgan for us is a young player, but one that we have real faith in. And she felt that, I had a conversation with her, she felt that, she could have got a lot closer, could have been a bit more physical. And, if she comes up against her again, I think that's great. I think it's a good opportunity for her to see if there's been any learning. And, we support her the best way we can. We need to be positive. We need to be aggressive, as we always ask them to be. And this is why we want to be in the Champions League, because you're coming up against very good players.
Thank you, Gareth.
Thank you, Mark. Finally, Eric McHugh, please.
Hi, Gareth. I'm sorry, this is the first time we've talked since the summer when Sam signed. So I know you've been probably talking about Sam's impact throughout the season, but could you just sum up what she's meant, and in particular how what she's given the team so far compares to what you were expecting from her when she signed?
Well, I probably didn't expect her to have the kind of immediate impact that she had. I think sometimes you never know with players how long they're going to take to potentially settle. But I think Sam came in and really hit the ground running. And that's probably down to a kind of big personality. She's a real leader within the group who leads more by example, but she's very, very, very good with the players as well in terms of driving the standards, driving the work ethic. What I love about her is the fact that she's never beaten. She'll never give up, until it's really impossible not to win. She will be there till the very end. And of course, she's done great there's areas of her game that we're looking to kind of tweak and hopefully improve on. But in terms of attacking midfielder who gives you that goal threat, who breaks up attacks, I think she's been a huge addition for us.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Eric. Okay, guys. Right, we'll leave it there for Gareth. and we'll bring Sam in momentarily. Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
Right, guys, we'll bring Sam in now. If Sam would like to turn her camera on.
Hello.
Perfect. Can we hear you, Sam?
Yep. Can you hear me?
We're all good. Perfect. Rightio, guys. Right, again, just a reminder that we've got a 5 PM embargo and everything within this. And as always, we'll kick off with the broadcast section. So, guys, if you'd like to start raising your hands, that'd be great. Emma, can we kick off with you, please, from Sky Sports?
Hey, Sam.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Good to see you. Just first of all, what's the mood been like in the group after the first leg defeat last week? I know you've had that crucial win over Reading since then, but what's the mood been like and what's the belief like ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, I think our win this weekend really brought us together. I think having kind of a dramatic late game win like that, where Hempo just did something so sick, it really brings the group together when you know you can fight hard and pull something out. I feel like in moments like that, it's like we all see that the clock is ticking away and we know we have this other mountain to climb Wednesday, but to see the way that everybody kept fighting in the Reading game and the way that nobody gave up believing that we were going to score. I think that just demonstrates how resilient we are. And it made me really excited to get to play with the group again and to get to showcase that we have a lot more fight in us. So I think the mood has been good and really positive coming off the game. And even like at practice, we're having fun. We've had like some laughs. Everybody's staying after practice. Everybody wants to keep working on things, keep getting better. We're all just really excited for the opportunity. And I think that this is a really special group. So I'm just excited that we have another opportunity to get out there and fight for it.
And Gareth just mentioned your role as a leader a minute ago. I remember we spoke to Chloe Kelly earlier on in the season, and she spoke about stories that you told about you winning the World Cup and basically how it inspired the likes of her and other youngsters at the club. Is this a kind of game where you need to almost play a bigger role in terms of your experience, not just on the pitch, but also off it?
That's a good question. I think that something that's so special about this group is that everybody brings something that nobody else necessarily has. I think everybody in the roster, on the squad, brings some experience or some personality trait that really contributes to the group as a whole. And so in that sense, definitely I can bring some of my experiences, I can bring some leadership, I can bring all of the past places I've been and teams I've played for, but I think everybody has that and everybody's going to bring that. And we're really going to need everybody to bring their absolute best in order to win this game. So I think, again, it's just a great opportunity for all of us to come and come together and really bring our best.
Great stuff. Thanks, Sam. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Thanks, Emma. Dom from Radio Manchester, please.
Hi, Sam. You okay?
Hi. Yeah, good. Thanks.
Good to meet you. I just wanted to ask, going into tomorrow's game, obviously it's going to take an almighty comeback to get the job done, but are there any situations that you can sort of channel from your career coming into this game that you may have had to deal with before?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like comebacks, sure, I've had some where maybe we've been down by a deficit and come back. I have a particular club game. It was like a state championship in mind. I think we were actually down 3-0 at halftime. We came back to win 5-3. And my dad was, this is a silly story, but my dad was the assistant coach of that team. And I remember him saying to us at halftime, the first thing you need to do is believe that you're going to come back. And I think that this group absolutely has that. I look around the locker room, I look around at the girls, and I can see that we all are so hungry for it. So I'm feeling really optimistic going into it and just really excited for the chance to fight for something that is definitely going to be hard. Like, we're going to really have to grind it out. And I think we all look at each other and see that we have what it takes to really grind it out. And I think we're just like pumped and fired up.
You spoke about the resilience needed in the Reading game at the weekend. That was, I guess, a different kind of resilience. But going into this, how important is it that you keep that momentum and that good feeling?
Yeah, I mean, really important. I think, like I said, looking around the field during that game, like, we all had to keep believing that we were going to score. That was a really important game for the WSL. So just to see the way we continued to push, we continued to pressure. I think it was a little taste of how aggressive and how hungry going forward we're going to need to be tomorrow. So I feel like it was just a good sign that we know we have it in us, and that we're ready to perform.
Just wanted to ask a bit more of a general question on you since you came to the WSL and playing in the Champions League. How has the expectation before signing sort of matched up with the reality and playing in these big fixtures?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think players play in Europe, is to play in Champions League and to obviously have these in-league rivalries. And those are some of the biggest games I've played in. So it's been awesome. It's been such a great experience. And I think that I've spoke about this in the past, but like, I picked up on the Man U rivalry really, really quickly. And it's just been fun. It's been fun to kind of learn from my teammates and learn like where the competition is the most fierce and what other team styles are going to be like. So I really credit my teammates for being so open with us and sharing a lot and really making us feel like a important piece of this, important part of it. It's been such a great experience.
Cheers, Sam. Good luck tomorrow. Appreciate it.
Amazing. Thanks, Dom. Right, we'll move on to the written section, guys. We can keep it to one question just so we can rattle through. We've got quite a few to get through. Tom, do you want to kick us off? Tom, Gary?
Thanks, Emma. Hi, Sam. I'm just wondering, from your experience, how did Barcelona compare to the great sides that you've played for and against in the NWSL? What did you make of them in the first leg?
Yeah, they obviously were a great team. I think that their movement off the ball was top notch, like some of the best I've played against. It reminded me obviously a lot of the national team playing against Spain. I think I give them a lot of credit. It was definitely a difficult game. So it's tough to compare, but yeah, I think that they were a great team, and just that awareness of movement off the ball, and their technical ability was like really high quality.
Thank you. I better hand the baton on to someone else. Thanks, Emma. Thanks again.
Thank you, Tom. Much appreciated. We'll go for Amy, please. Do you want to jump in?
Hi, Sam. Just kind of following on from what Tom said there, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the midfield battle. I mean, these are possibly two of the best midfields in Europe. How did you find the battle in the first leg? And are you looking forward to the challenge in the second leg of trying to help Manchester City dominate in there to win this game?
Yeah, I definitely am looking forward to the challenge. I agree with what you said. I think Barcelona's midfield was great. I think that, again, that's why I came here, was to be challenged like this. And I definitely don't think I played my best, and I'm excited because I think our midfield and our whole team has a lot more that we can showcase tomorrow. So I think it is a great test, but without tests like this, you don't get the chance to really prove how good you can be. So I think we're all really looking forward to it. And we all kind of have a chip on our shoulder from last week that we want to come away from this game feeling a lot better. And we know we've got to just score some goals.
Well, thank you and good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you, Amy. Eric McHugh, do you want to jump in?
Hi, Sam. Greetings from Massachusetts.
Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering, growing up in the States, you've, I assume this season is the first time you've ever had experience with a total goals 2-leg playoff. Just the idea of, at kickoff already being down 3-0, that's something that you, or being up 4-0 like you were in a previous round, that's something that you hadn't had experience with. What's the mentality there?
Yeah, you're right. I have never, I don't think, played like 2 legs before. But there's 2 legs in Champions League for a reason. So we're just going into it knowing that we have a task to do. And the plan is to score 4 goals.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Can we go for Babatunde, please?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Sam.
Hi.
Hi. I was at Parc des Princes last week when Paris Saint-Germain played against Lyon, and the referee awarded a penalty that was questionable. And what's your take that at this stage of the tournament, we don't have VAR in the Women's Champions League? Thank you.
I didn't see that play that you're referring to, but I do think that, yeah, I think at some point, the women's game, when games are so important like this, and even in league games, I think that if the men are getting that investment of VAR, I think that it would be important to put that same investment into the women's game. I think that that's like a sign that the men and women are getting equal investment. And so in that sense, I think it's really important to make sure that we're having the same standards for things like that affect maybe the outcomes and the quality of the game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Babatunde. Mark Andres, please.
Hi, Sam. You just said that you need to, or your plan is to score 4 goals in tomorrow's game. So do you plan on being aggressive from the get-go, or you have also to be cautious because if Barca score a goal, then it's game over for you? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we are really excited, and of course we need to come out on the front foot. We know that there is a big goal differential right now, and that we have a lot of offensive work to do. But like you said, Barcelona is also a great attacking team, and we definitely need to be focused and tight on defense as well. I think that if we play well on both sides of the ball and create a lot of opportunities and capitalize on them, it's just going to be up to us to finish those chances off. So we definitely need to be really good and perform at our best on both sides of the ball to make this happen. But I feel like we are capable of doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Finally, we'll go for Enric, please.
Yes, nice to talk with you, Sam. One question: what do you think that City needs to improve respect first leg to win to win Barcelona? or you think that it's only a question that how both teams resolve the attack actions into the boxes?
So you said, what do I think we need to improve from the first leg? Yeah, I mean, I think that in a lot of ways, we can just have better quality on the ball. I think I can speak for myself. I wasn't as productive as I could or should have been. And I just think that I'm glad we have another opportunity to perform better. I think just continuing to like stick to our principles, and like we're a team that wants to possess the ball and play out of the back. But we also need to make sure that we're pressing and we're getting pressure on the ball and being aggressive going forward. So I think we're definitely just sticking with our principles. And we just know that we can perform at a higher level than we performed last week.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Enric, and thank you, everyone. We'll leave that there. So just a reminder, 5 p.m. embargo on everything within this. I know we'll see a few of you on Barcelona's press conference shortly as well. This will loads the media portal in the next kind of 10 minutes or so. But if you've got any questions, just always give me a text or an email. But thank you very much, guys.